Welcome, everyone. It is John, the Net Guy, and today is the Nifty 50th show. The 50th show I've had this year. It started with a little bit of a dream. Okay, maybe it was a lot of a dream that I could do a weekly live stream where I bring you cool tech and you guys watch it for some reason. Well, okay, maybe because we're giving away cool stuff like down below. Don't miss out the Battery Daddy tonight. I'm going to be giving away one of those. That is cool tech, by the way. I'm going to say hi to a few people. Oh, he says he's here. Yeah, just 4 minutes late. Trust me, if you knew what I went through to get here now, you'd be amazed. I've got some amazing stuff, but yeah, we've done 50 shows this year. I'm so excited. We're doing giveaways. We're doing all sorts of stuff. We got a couple shows before the end of the year, which means it's also one show from Christmas. I've got some other cool stuff planned for next week. Hopefully, some of my creator friends will join me on that. Hey, look at that. Hi, what's up? That's Jonathan Talks Hardware checking in. I do need to say hi to the Amazon police. Hey, Amazon police. I'm live. Don't shut me down. Again, they love to do that, right at the best part. For some reason, my Amazon numbers have been not great ever since they shut me down on a live stream one time. But I'm back. We're going to do it. We're going to have a lot of fun here. Got some pretty neat stuff to show you, some nifty stuff, some cool tech regardless. And we're going to get started right away here. But again, make sure you fill out that form on there if you want to win one of the Battery Daddies, which are coming up. I got lots of cool stuff as well. So I'm going to go switch that for a second. If you do want to know where all of the cool, crazy deals I've got going on are, I'm just bringing up the right pages here for you. It is amazon.com/shop/the net guy that you see down there. Or just hit follow or just watch me on Amazon and it'll be there. You've got a nice curated carousel. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you'll get to see what I see. That's like a Christmas song. I don't want to get in trouble. It's like, do you see what I see? And this is the page that you're going to get when you go to my Amazon. It's probably not going to say restore pages because I rebooted. And there you go. You're actually seeing a little live version of the show. If you come down here to Idea List for Nifty 50th, you're actually going to get to see all the products that are on the show today. So pretty cool stuff. I've been teasing this stuff on Instagram, on Twitter, on Discord. Pretty much anybody that'll hear it, I've been teasing about it. The first product we're going to take a look at is big. And this one is hard to show inside my little studio. So I've had to record it. Did a little bit of work earlier today. This is, and I don't know how to pronounce it exactly right. It's going to be Lejida? Lejida? It looks like French, maybe. Could be French. I could be wrong. But this is it right here. This is a 100-inch portable projector screen. So you pair this up with the Fudoni projector I showed you a couple, 3 weeks ago now, and you've got a 100-inch screen that literally weighs that much. It literally is just fits in this tiny bag. It's got top and bottom bars. It stretches out and it looks amazing. Now, I've showed you a couple of projectors, but the best screen that I have in my house is actually this stretch up, I think it's a 120-inch screen, which I have to pin to the wall. And my wife's got some paintings, so I have to take those down. I have to do all this stuff. This thing sets up in just minutes, doesn't leave a mark. You can use it indoors or out, and they actually have some pretty cool ways that you can use this thing outdoors. Just taking a look at the chat real quick here. I do have a couple videos that I want to show you just of how it works here, so I'm going to add in here my videos. It looks like they are ready to go. So here we go. I'm going to start this one, and you're going to get to see how this projector works and how it gets set up. If you're looking Amazon, I'm right here. Don't shut me down. Okay, so this might be filmed in reverse. So this is how you unbox it. This is how you put all the stuff out. It has these cool top and bottom bars, and it has these clamps that go to it. So it's made of almost an elastic material. And the beauty of this is it's got that reflective projector screen. It can increase your brightness. If you got a projector that's on the edge, this thing can take it to the next level. So I've been showing it with the Fudoni projector, which is actually the lowest lumen projector that I have here at the house. I have another one that's a little higher, and it looked outstanding. I'm going to show you what it looks like here, but super easy to line up. It stretches automatically onto these bars, top and bottom, and then the bars have a little stretch thing. You'll see how tight that gets. That's what you want. So you've got a 100-inch screen now, and you saw how fast that was. I think it's about 4, maybe 8x. So you're looking at maybe a 3 or 4 minute setup once you get good at this. Very, very easy to use. Let me go ahead and pull up the other video. And I want to show you the one where I'm actually using it because it's kind of cool. So again, I mentioned I use the Fudoni projector here. So we're going to pull up the usage video of it. Hey, Amazon, I'm still here. Don't shut me down. so there's where it's set up against my wall. And hey, there's my Tech on Tuesday. Now, I didn't even scale this up to the full size, but I have to tell you, even with the lights on, it looks great. I turned the lights off. It looks even better. So it's got a little, you can see the wind there. I had a friend over and he walked by and it kind of waved a little bit, but great idea. Under $100 right now if you want a 100-inch portable screen. Now I know you can go buy those inflatable ones, but what do you do when it gets a hole in it, right? This thing I can show you actually. That is one thing I can do here real quick. I can show you what's inside the kit and how I think this one is better, honestly, than a lot of the ones out there. So this is a bag that has 6 different drawstrings. So if I bring you guys over here to the side camera, this bag right here has those drawstrings. And they've got a pretty cool mounting system I'll show you. So this is one of those tube mounts. Can you see me in there? So this slides over and you can see where it tells you the lower, right there, the lower fixator. If you put this on and you push down, it'll actually tighten up. So very cool feature there. And as well, it's got the drawstrings right here. So really cool from, how we're going to pronounce that, Lejida, L-E-J-I-A-D-A company. Really neat, awesome deal here. They do come with some other things I don't want you to miss out. So if you're going to take this portable with you, right, they've got these. Now, these can stick on walls. So if you think you're going to use this a lot, they're non-marring or not supposed to be. You can stick these on your walls and hold those ropes back. So if you want this thing to be freestanding, which it is, but you want to tighten that up even tighter, you can use these. So you could probably even use it without the base if you wanted to. But take a look at these. They got some camping hooks here too. So you can either use these to stake out and then tie to the corners as they were talking about earlier. But there's 6 positions and 6 stakes here. So you can stake this guy out even if it's windy. It's going to do a lot better, I think, than some of those inflatable projectors that they have. So that was our first item up. Just taking a look again quickly at the chat. I want to make sure I got all my friends shouted out that have come by. I see a couple extra people have stopped in. If this is your first time here, this is John, the Net Guy. I do PC builds, tech tips, gear reviews, product videos. And this is again from Lejida. That is a pretty cool projector item. I'm very excited about using that with my kids. I think they're going to really love it. The next up is the Battery Daddy. I have to bring that up. Give me 1 second here. So I've been looking for a solution because my batteries filled up drawers. I had this entire bin full of batteries. I'll show you in the B-roll later when we do it. But I was looking for a solution to hold my batteries. The other day, you guys saw me pull this thing out from the shelf because I had a battery pack problem. My AA's that I normally trade out didn't get traded out. It went down hard. So I didn't have audio on my show, and you guys called me, and it worked out. But I could have saved myself a lot of trouble if I had one of these. Now, I'm going to pull it up on the carousel so you guys can see this as well. This is the Big Daddy. This is the Battery Daddy Ultra. Let me get the box out for it too. So it is a 250 count battery holder. That's going to be a ton of AA's, a ton of AAA's, D cell, C cell, button batteries, 9 volts. It's going to carry just about everything. There are a couple limitations, which I'll talk about. Let me get on the top down here for you guys so you can see this. It's going to have everything you need. And this is a great gift idea, by the way. You got Pops that maybe keeps his batteries. I was thinking about it for my dad. You know, keeps them in a drawer. You never know how many times you need a battery, and then you never know if it's good or not. Well, this solves that. So, plastic hard case. I just happened to have preloaded mine when I did my B-roll shooting earlier. These are a couple batteries that I know are good. Now, in the Ultra Edition, what you're going to get are these screwdrivers. So if you need to open up, like I did a baby Grogu earlier today, I set that up. You're going to see that on the channel here soon. My daughter loves it. But if you need that, the Ultra comes with some extra tools that you won't see in the other ones. But it's going to come with this. Every one of them has a meter. The Ultra and the Standard come with this meter. Take a look at that. So now I know that battery is in the good range. So integrated battery tester, but that's not all. I sound like QVC, don't I? No, it has 9-volt capacity. You can't screw it up. It even has some things to keep the prongs away. So you put your 9-volt in, and there we go. My 9-volt is good. So I actually found a bunch of batteries that I had that were just deader than a doornail. I had not actually thought about it. Now, I threw a bunch of batteries in here to test. Let's see if we can find one to prove that this thing actually works. Okay, so one of the El Cheapo batteries, take a look at that. That thing's in the dead range for sure, so that one gets tossed. It also works on every type of button cell you can think of. So there's your little button cell batteries. These are going to be for your, key fobs and whatnot. So if you're going to do that, just get this down to the lowest setting, push down, and then if you see that little lower range set there, use the lower range. So it's actually bleeding off some of the stray current there, but it's still in the good range. So there you go. So that's the CR2032. So it can test every kind of battery. It's also going to test your rechargeables. Now what's neat about this is I actually put my rechargeables on the left side and I put my normal batteries over here. I can go take my rechargeable in here. Now what you're going to see on a rechargeable, it's going to be right at the bottom of the green. That's because it's 1.25 volts. So 1.25 volts are the native voltage of these. So that's one thing you'll notice is some things don't work really well with rechargeables. That's because the base cell voltage is a little bit lower. But this comes in 3 different sizes. I shouldn't have closed it because I want to show you the 3 sizes here. They're all essentially the same. It just depends on the capacity you need. Now, I actually, in my filming the B-roll, these D cells, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are cool. These are from Energizer. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these, but you can take a rechargeable, drop it in, and it's a D cell adapter, because sometimes we don't want to buy those big D cells. But I've got these adapters that fit D cells. I got 4 of these and 3 of these. This is the only one, the Big Daddy here, the Ultra, is the only one that could carry all those. Now, check this out. They didn't waste room on the back. That's a whole nother, I believe it carries 82 AA batteries. That's how cool this is. And the price on this one right now, the Ultra is $29.99 if you're looking for something like this. Now let me pull a couple others out here and let you guys kind of decide what you think is the nominal amount of batteries somebody needs. We'll do a quick unboxing here. So this is the Battery Daddy Standard Edition 180 batteries. Again, most of these are going to carry about the same amount of AA's. I see a little bit more of the higher density ones. So this one is completely empty. Again, I don't have that many batteries. Let me put it on the top down. This is the one that started it all. This is the base model, the original. It's going to have that tester. So you're going to get the exact same tester that you get over here in the Ultra Edition. But you're going to get that over there. We need an applause. Okay, yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. So this is going to be your standard. Now, I will send you whatever one we can figure out how to get you, whichever one you want when you win this, by the way. So that's one of the ones we're giving away. We're giving away the Battery Daddy. Let me put the different versions. That's the 180 count edition. Very cool way of storing all your various batteries. Now, this one, a little bit smaller. Maybe you've got somebody that's got less batteries than a nerd like myself. So this one is going to be the Smart, they're calling it. Now that carries a ton of batteries already. Let's look at it at the top down. So this thing's already going to carry a ton. I actually like this little tester just because it's spring loaded and it fits in my hand better. And I was just banging out the batteries with this little tester. Same tester, 9-volt capability, all the AC, D, A, C, D, I got that right that time. AA, AAAs, C and D, and button cell, all testable with this one. So if you want something that's really nice and small and lightweight, there's this one here. This one would fit on a shelf, but that's where this one's going to go. It's going to go a shelf in the garage. So if the kids need a battery, they know to run out and grab it. Let me pull up the Amazon page and the chat here, make sure I didn't miss anything. All of those are too many batteries, Jeremy says. Can you ever have too many batteries, really? I've got like 4 kids at the house now, 5 total. And my youngest is like, if it doesn't have batteries and it's not working, he's going to be crazy. Does this work for CMOS batteries? Yes, it does. It works well for button cell batteries. Make sure you guys are signing up, by the way. Let me pull the giveaway URL at the bottom. So this is the product that I am going to be giving away. If you visit the netguy/battery, the only thing I do there is sign you up for the drawing. I don't sign you up for a mailing list. I don't do anything else like that, just for the purpose of this drawing, and you can remain anonymous. Just want to point that out. That's just so I can figure out how to send stuff to you. Very cool. Just taking a look real quick here. So those are the Battery Daddy, the 3 choices. Let me show you what they look like over at Amazon. So what's funny, right now, the mid-size, the original here, the 180, is actually on sale. So if you wanted to pick one of these up, it's 25% off. You can get this for for $14.99, 25% off, which is actually cheaper than the smaller one. So if you want the smaller one, it costs a tiny bit more. It costs $19. So I'd recommend picking up the original right now. Now, if you need it, the Ultra is definitely very cool. You might even just get away with buying 2 of the original size, which would be about the same price. So very cool product here. Ooh, fastest delivery gets it by Christmas. So that's, again, we're starting to get down to the wire here if all of our products are going to make it. I really hope that they do, because I still have some Christmas shopping to do. Let me know in the chats, by the way. I'm going to check Amazon here and see, does anyone have the Battery Daddy? I wrote Baby Daddy accidentally already. And love it. Let me see if I can spell today. I have to, I'm so used to autocorrect that the one here, this chat, does not. Hey, Chris, by the way, thank you so much for the follow. I just want to say that if you're on Amazon right now, and there are almost a dozen of you, thank you so much for checking in. We're taking a look at the Battery Daddy. You have an opportunity to win one right now, and we're going to do a drawing later in the show. Now, remind me, I have almost forgotten a couple times, but if you want to enter that drawing, the URL is down below. Just has a simple contact form so that I can contact you if you won. No purchase necessary, no nothing. All the rules are posted there just for the purpose, again, of getting you into this contest, which is pretty cool. So lots of cool tech and products coming up today. The original Battery Daddy, $15 right now, 180 battery capacity, comes with a larger tester, which, again, all the testers work just as well, and they all test batteries. But don't throw out good batteries, and don't be keeping bad ones. So that's what you can do when you have this, is you're only storing the great batteries. This one, again, is the one we're using, and that's most of the batteries I have in the house. Now, I will point out there's a couple things that it doesn't do, which is rare. This is my bag of it doesn't do these batteries. Let's pull them out and I'll show you. So if you have optics, maybe for certain things I'm not allowed to talk about on Amazon, they might use an 18650 cell, one of these big lithiums. Doesn't fit. No spot for that. You might have a garage door opener if you're from the 90s that use this 12-volt little tiny battery. That's amazing that that's 12 volts right there. But yeah, those two do not fit. Otherwise, button cells, everything else, it had no problem with. So just taking a look here at the chat. I haven't seen anybody check in on that yet. We're getting to some of my favorite products now, so I have to temper this a little bit, my excitement here. I've got a couple that are coming up that are really neat. Let me put these Battery Daddies in the background here, because we're going to bring those up for the winner. And if you're taking a look at the Amazon pages, I recommend clicking through to the pages on these. Let me know which one you want. You don't have to do that in your sign-up form. We'll figure that out if you win, but definitely want to know which one interests you. The smaller ones are, again, a little bit more convenient if you don't think you have that many batteries to store. We move all this out of the way. I'll take a sip. Okay, and we're going to keep going. The next product is actually very, very interesting. And I don't, again, know how to pronounce this company name. I probably should figure that out. It's from Anwiki. That's what I'm going to call it. And it's a solar-powered pan-tilt zoom IP camera. Now, why is that important? Well, I get asked all the time. I'm like, where can I get a solar-powered camera? Okay, well, that's great. Most of them have batteries in. Most of them have to be plugged in. Very few have features like this one, which do the pan, tilt, and zoom. I did a quick unbox of this already. I did actually mount it to something, so I'll just show you the difference right away that you're going to see on this, and then we'll talk about it. A lot of people are asking me Oh, hey, Jeremy's checking in. He says, hey, honestly, I think the Smart would be plenty for me. It probably would, actually, but it's nice to not get that. The large one would be nice for capacity. Andrew's checking in. Looking good. um, yeah, there we go. Would love to have that for my roommate. He's big on camping and rechargeable batteries. Excellent Christmas gift. I'm telling you, under 20 bucks right now for the Smart. Great deal. If you don't win it, you can still buy it. If you do buy it, just a quick note, I do get a very small commission. I do have to point that out too. This product was sent for free to me. I don't get paid from this company for showing this to you, but it was sent to me for free for a fair and honest review, which is what I'm giving it. Let me go down here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I got the right things loaded up. So this is a completely solar powered camera. Now you might charge it up a little bit to give it a head start because again, you know, if it's dark out, it's not going to charge. But they do that through these 20-watt solar panels. They're giving you two 20-watt solar panels. Let's take a quick look here. There's your drilling template if you're going to mount it permanently. There is your solar panel, fast charging 20-watt information. This is your full documentation on it. Now, this has a cloud service through them. Their app is called U-Box that you use with it, or it takes a trans flash micro SD card. So I've already put a micro SD in mine, and I've got a lot of footage on there. And there's just some more information about their 3-year warranty on that. So I like it that they have a company that stands by their product. Let me get this off to the side, and I'm just going to pull out the exact product and show you. So this is, again, one of the mounting plates here. So you can mount this right here to an arm that's going to come out in a second. Then take a look at this. These are huge solar panels. So they're the size of a decent sized tablet already. So they've basically got an ability here to mount these two solar panels on an arm. Now, if you guys know much about solar, the biggest thing is not actually the amount of sun or, you know, all that. It's actually the angle that you have to the sun. So if you can get the angle right, if you're off by that much, if you're flat and the sun's coming in at an angle, you're going to lose a lot more than, you know, sunny versus, you know, partially cloudy, that kind of stuff. So they give you this mount that you can mount the two solar panels to. Let me dig in here. Again, this is the very unique part about this one. And then this is that arm that's going to let you mount it to your house, maybe get it away from the eaves, maybe tilt it up wherever you want it to go. I'll pull some images up here from Amazon, but I thought you guys might actually like to see it in action. So we'll pull this camera out. I've got the app loaded, and I'll show you what it looks like real quick. But again, very impressed with the build quality here on these. It does come with a special cable that connects both of those solar connections into the DC in port. This is IP66 weather resistant, so you're not going to submerge this thing. Definitely don't try that. And maybe in Seattle we test those IP66 numbers, but it is actually going to be weather resistant. Now, I just happen to have the app on my phone already. Hey, welcome everybody. I'm getting dinged here on the app constantly. It's like, hey, you guys will like this. I'm going to pull the app up so you guys can see it. And there's the app. And guess what? It's live. There's me dancing. You're actually seeing the floor of my studio and all my boxes that you never see. Oh, and yes, I'm wearing slippers today. This has got the night vision on. So let's pull this thing out so you can actually see it. I was kind of teasing you guys. It's actually been assembled on my smart home station over here. So I've had this thing already installed. I don't have the solar panels because it's not going to do anything inside here and I don't have the room. But this is a very sophisticated pan tilt camera already. The zoom, it's digital. It's not going to have optical zoom. It has one single camera lens. But let's go back to that app view. So I'm monitoring it right now and I've changed it to the HD view, but I can actually tilt. Take a look at that. Now, it's actually pretty quick. And one thing I always tell you guys, the colors, never worry about in my studio because the lights, there's so many different temperatures of lights. It's really hard. But take a look at the beard hairs, especially if I slow down moving a little bit. This thing's got incredible sharpness. Now, it's only going to be able to go so far on the turning, and I think I might have just hit the the limit there. So now I'm able to turn around. If you guys want to see what the other side of my studio looks like, well, there's the up. There's the down. So again, pan tilt, up, down, left, right, the whole thing. AB select start. Come on, you guys. You got to know that. This is how unkempt that side of my studios. It's amazing. Everybody gets to see the nice side of the studio. That's what I see going the other way. There's all the cameras, camera gear, extra cameras, things like that. So this is from Anwiki. This is their pan tilt camera. Now I'm just running the pan controls manually. It has literally a ton of extra controls in the app. If I go into the settings here, you can actually do image flip if it's mounted upside down. You can have different scenes. You have passive infrared detection in here. You also have some other cool things that I need to show you. One being the ability to use a spotlight. So let me see if I can pull this up in a way that you guys can see both at the same time. That would be pretty slick, huh? So let me go that way. I'm going to point it back to you guys so you can see. Now you can see it moving around here as I tilt it. So there's my lights and camera action over there. But guess what? It has its own lights, which I can hopefully hit the right button here to turn on. There's a bunch of different buttons. There's the lights. So by hitting that button, I should be able to turn the lights on. Oh, you know, just my luck. Let me test it on this one real fast. I did share this out from my other phone. I just want to make sure that it has the same level of access, because that should have strobe lights or should have lights. But you know what? I'm wondering if it's because it's not night out. But I do have some pictures showing you what the night spotlights look like. They look really cool. I was using them last night and they shine really bright. So definitely want to point that out. It does have zoom, like I said. If you want to see my gaming PC over there, I can just move it around a little bit. And while I'm zooming here and I'm using this zoom, it is digital zoom. It's a 1080p full HD camera, so you're not going to be getting like 4K. This has so much good going for it, though. I would be really excited if they came out with a 2K or a 4K version of this. So very excited already to see from this company what they're doing. Look at that. I've got a full rotation. I'm going all the way back to the wall here. So there you go. I'm going to take a look at the chat here and see if there are any questions about this one. I can only see your stomach. Yeah, thanks. Really. The beard, says Scott Matthews. Oh, we're going to have to talk about Scott here in a little bit. He helped us with one of our next products coming up. I like that. Again, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. This is John the Net Guy. If you're just tuning in, we're going to be giving away one of these battery daddies. You know, I should like figure out a place to put it, like right there. There we go. Maybe people won't know what they're tuning into. I'll put it right there for now. So we're giving away a battery daddy of your choice if you win tonight. I'm showing you guys a PTZ camera. Now the beauty of this one is it actually does have the zoom capability. So that's another thing. So you can zoom, you can do full pan up, down, left, right on it. Has spotlights, it has two-way audio, bunch of cool features. And it comes in at less than $100. Let's go see what they're asking for it right now. And again, take a look at my carousel if you can, because these prices, they change really, really rapidly. It's hard for me to keep up even. So it was less than $100 yesterday. Up, you got to apply a coupon. It's $119 right now. And again, you're getting a double solar panel PTZ camera with 24/7 recording. It does have a cloud service, like I mentioned. It does have micro SD slots. So let's take a look at this, what they show it as. So you can actually connect the camera on one side of your building and the solar panels to a different area. One drawback, it does not have Ethernet or power over Ethernet. So this is going to be a camera. Maybe you've got a barn, you've got Wi-Fi towards there, or you can point some Wi-Fi to it, but you don't have power. Might be great for an out storage building. That would be cool too. You can definitely share it with others here. There's a quick look at all of the features that you get on that. It does have remote access capability through their app. Works really well. Like I said, I would love it if they had just a tiny bit more resolution. I think 1080p is great. It's a really good resolution, but when you want to zoom, if I got optical zoom or if I had tiny bit more resolution, that would make it above and beyond. It would be just over the top. It would be great. So can use the camera using a web interface. You know what? I did not see RTSP on VIF or any of those. That would be interesting. A lot of these devices, especially from these other manufacturers, do have that capability. But right now, I've only been able to access it through the U-Box app. That'd be a great question we might want to use the Amazon questions interface and we can see if somebody's already done that. Hey, I got somebody else coming in here. Says Ben Robinette says, you are the best. No, you are, Ben. I appreciate that. So thanks for checking in, Ben. And don't forget to sign up for the Battery Daddy Ultra giveaway. You can have a Smart or the original. Just tell me what you want if you don't want the large Big Daddy, but we'll do all the way up to an Ultra here. You get to pick the prize at the end here if you're the winner. I'm going to go back to our list for the show. Make sure I got the right products coming up. Oh, this is one, if you follow me on any of the social media, if you hang out in the same Discord groups that I do, this product I was blown away from last night. Becca, thank you for the follow. I really do appreciate that. And CK Larte. Slarte? I don't know. Thank you for the follow on Amazon, you guys. That's awesome. That's how you will get notified each and every time I go live. That is using the Amazon interface. I'm going to pull this one up. Oh, you know what's funny? My spotlight's turned on. As soon as I put it down there, I told you the thing was light sensitive. There's the 4 spotlights. Before I leave this product, actually, I need to show you some pictures real quick. Give me 1 second just to make sure that I have this right. I'm going to go up here to my photos. I'm going to show you some of the samples. I didn't get to show you the samples. And I do need to show you that on this PTZ, just so you get to see what it looks like. So this will be shared, and I'll go back over here. So this is what the spotlights look like. I had it on my back patio, and it looks great, as you can see. And if I can do that. Hey, there's prime rib dinner, by the way. I was going to tell you about that. We had a great holiday visit with a bunch of friends. I did want to see and ask you guys how your holiday was. I threw that picture in there just to tease you guys, and I've got more family coming in this weekend. So we're going to do another prime rib. Hopefully you guys had a great holiday here. This is, and again, it shrinks it down automatically here with the photo app that I use, but these are the photos that it has at night. I'm going to have to skip forward 2 products here because I don't want to show you those. These are, again, some additional photos. This is with the spotlights on. Now, I have a light in the corner there. This is with the night vision. That's with the spotlights. And that's without the spotlights. That's just the lighting. So you can see the spotlights throw quite a bit of light a long way. That fence definitely lights up when the spotlights are on. And you can see it's lighting the eaves and everything else. So very effective spotlights. And I was thinking about it, I was like, well, why doesn't that happen? Why are they on more? It's battery powered. I have to remember that I didn't plug this into anything at all. I literally can use it battery powered and solar. So that's another cool feature of it. Just going to take a quick look, make sure it didn't have others. Yeah, the daytime view. Okay. These I think are video clips. That's why it's shrunk them down. I don't have them playing, but this is the storage. As it got brighter out during the day, you can see, you can see back there. You can see my little kid's playhouse. See if I can zoom in. Google's not letting me zoom in any tighter than that. But yeah, I'd like a little tiny bit more resolution. But actually, for daytime, that's pretty sharp. That looks very decent. Very happy with that view here. And I got one more. So again, I think this is actually a video, which is why it was spinning there. It's taking a second to load. Yeah, there we go. Now this may or may not play properly. There we go. So I'm just panning around. I'm showing you the video capability of it here. So this is that PTZ camera. Got a little bit of a fisheye to it, but that was me panning around earlier today on my lunch break. So there you go. So that is from Anwiki. That is their PTZ camera. We'll come back to that here in a little bit. Chandra Burks. Oh my gosh, I'm married to a Chandra. That is so funny. So hopefully you know everything about the background of your name. That is so awesome to see, Chandra Burks. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm just going to pull this up real quick. On the carousel. This is from Divo, Diivoo. It is a TV smart strip. Now it's designed specifically. It is a smart LED addressable light strip, but it is designed specifically for your 55 to 65 inch TV. Now my TV hits right in the middle of that. I got a 60-inch plasma. I've loved it forever. It's like my cold dead hands. You're gonna drag that TV out, but it's heavy. It's got a big glass panel on it. It's very good blacks, very good colors, very good brightness. This thing blows it away. If you're looking for something to take your viewing experience, I kid you not, to the next level, you've got to look into one of these. Now, this one happens to be a kit with an HDMI sync box. Now, why is that important? So what this does is it's going to be an LED strip that goes on the back of your TV. As you're watching your TV, it's watching the frames and it's adding color to the outside ambience. Kind of like a Philips Hue, I think they made one. But this is so tight and so addressable right around the TV that it actually feels like it extends the color of that frame, of that scene. And you're going to notice it here when I show this real quick. I'm just taking a look at the chat. Oh, we got a Pinky text showed up. It says, hey, Jonathan. There's two Jonathans in the chat here. That guy, can you do a Control Plus together? I probably could have actually to zoom in. And Jonathan saw that I had actually posted in a little earlier. He says, mine's a 65-inch. So this will work 55 to 65. Now, mine is a 60-inch. You're going to see with great big old bezels. I'm trying to talk the wife into a new OLED, but yeah, we'll see. See if I can win that one. I don't know if you guys have any pointers, but what this does is just phenomenal. Let me pull up the video of just quickly, bear with me. We'll talk about how to install it because I think it is pretty cool. Really easy to install here. If I can do it, so can you. Now, how do I make that one come up for you guys? That was the one I want there. Here we go. Smart TV, backlight, LED installation. Pretty simple. This was last night. This is sped up about 8 times, I think. So you go around the outside edge. They include every single thing you need, including 2 HDMI cables. There's a control box and this HDMI sync box. So you can use it not only as, something with your TV, with the actual TV content, you can use it as a smart LED strip. So maybe you just want to have some blue light around your TV. I've got a scene of that. Maybe you want to have just something that reacts to music. If you're playing music, you want something in the background going along. But take a look at that. Yeah, there was a little blink of color you saw. I'm seeing this flash of color down here. It's actually the spotlight that keeps coming on. There we go. I'm going to turn the spotlights off on that camera so it doesn't keep turning on. But you can see here I'm just using all these peel and sticks that they include, and I'm putting all the wiring away. I turn the lights off and take a look at this. Wow. My wife, it was earlier, she's like, that actually looks really amazing. She's like, I don't want to tell you, but I like it. So I'm going to show you some just basic colors. I was going through the app and it has a bunch of different color modes. This thing looks gorgeous, and hopefully it's coming across the feed to you guys just like that. Amazon's a little bit low resolution, a bit laggy sometimes. So I'm going, this is sped up. I'm going through some of the color variations, trying to figure it out. But I'm going to show you next here why I think this thing is so amazing. It's just, I got to show you this. It's crazy. And I'm going to pull up the next video. And I'm going to show you the samples from the backlight here. So this will pull up, and I'm going to show you what I used it for. I actually started out, one of the scenes that they actually have in the samples is an aquarium. So this is what it does. If you see the rocks in the aquarium and you see the different color fish, as the fish and other items go to the different edges or the rocks come in there, it's actually transferring the color onto your wall. So pretty slick. Again, this is my older plasma TV. It's got great color. I'm over there taking pictures. This is the Mandalorian. So they're shooting stuff and you're seeing flashing lights. He's got his torch going. And this thing has got 0 latency, meaning as the picture comes through, the Mandalorian had a great scene coming up where he's walking at night and there's street lights and he's walking by them. And the street light would follow the top of the TV, the backlight. It was beautiful. Just an amazing experience. Paul's checking in, and he says, I have 8 different Govee LED lights, and they are great. Thank you so much, Paul, for checking in. This scene is just what really made it for me. If you watch this lightsaber scene, you can see him running, and you can see the red lightsaber. As the red lightsaber swings around, it's literally going around the TV. I know they probably couldn't license this for their product demos, but it worked out just amazingly. I put this out on my Twitter earlier today. Fantastic experience. Also had pictures today. My kids watched their standard Lego shows, their Cupcake Wars or whatever, and just the bright colors that you get out of the Cupcake Wars and some of those. Fantastic. Let me pull this up on Amazon because you got to see this thing. I want to make sure I give you the right product here. So if you're just tuning in, this is John the Net Guy, by the way. I do PC builds, gear reviews, product reviews, and Amazon live streams, just like this one that you're tuned into right now. This is the product from Divo, Diivoo. It uses the Smart Life app. So I've shown you quite a few products that use that same app, which is pretty cool. I already had it installed. These are the 3 pieces that you're going to need. You're going to have the strips, you're going to have the control box, and you're going to have the HDMI sync box. Why all three of those are important is, one, you can control the colors directly with the app, and you can do your own color patterns and everything, which is pretty cool. But you can actually let it do it itself. So whatever content you're watching, football, you're watching hockey, you're watching racing. I can't imagine what this would look like. Watching like a pod race scene. It's going to cast the color that it sees. It's also music interactive. That's kind of what they're showing here, which is actually you can sync it to any music in the room. It's got a microphone built in, which is pretty slick. Let's talk about zero latency, and let's also talk about resolutions. I know a lot of people were worried. One of my friends messaged me earlier today. Is like, what's the max resolution? Because I was worried. It's like, if it can't do 4K, then I don't want it. But it does 4K 60 hertz HDR10 pass through. So it's passing through your HDR content, and it's not supposed to add any latency, which is great for gaming. It's not going to do 4K 120. So if you're a 4K 120 gamer, skip the lights or just leave them to a static color. But very impressed with the lighting. It's actually so bright, in fact. My wife and I were talking about, we're like, we may want to keep it, but turn it down just a tick, because our wall is bright white. So it was able to reflect it. If you have a gray wall or a neutral wall or even a maroon or another color, it'll definitely tone it down quite a bit. I'm going to check the Amazon chat here real quick. So that was a great question here, and this will actually doing that. So Pinky Tech, another great YouTuber, by the way, check him out. It says, did you test with a lamp close to the TV? I saw issues with others catching reflections and the color being off. So here's the trick, and what they tell you in their setup. This one does not use a camera in the room. A lot of those needed lighting or camera information from the room, which is also kind of a security risk. But this one actually uses the HDMI pass-through with zero latency to handle that. So there is no, stuff that's going to have that. Anna says, or Anna, sorry if I'm getting that wrong, my husband would love this. Is it hard to set up? No. And you know what? I usually don't like playing other people's videos on Amazon, but I'm going to take a look real quick, because this is actually the setup process. I'm going to pull it up for you guys right here so you can see it. Anna, this is super easy. So again, there's an app that you install on your phone. The wires that go on the back of your TV are just simply peel and stick. It couldn't be any simpler. So you're just going to peel and stick it. I'm actually going to pull the installation one up here in just a second here. So it's going to give you some tips. Let me see if I can find the install. There it is. Okay, so this is their install. They go very fast through this, but if you take a look at the link through my link there, you just go around the outside of the TV. There's no drilling, no tape needed. It's got all of its stuff comes with, and it's all 3M high quality adhesives. So you put that little control box on one side. I took the HDMI that comes from my receiver, goes right into the TV. I plugged that in. Now, if you have a smart TV, you might have an HDMI out. Comes with both little power supplies. Like I said, it's about an 8-minute hookup, and you can actually go through. I will probably honestly have an install video up there on Amazon pretty soon, so you'll be able to come back and check that here pretty soon. But yeah, a couple little wires you plug in and you're ready to go. So very, very easy. Because this is a merchant video, I don't mind showing you guys that. It's just a polite thing to do when you're creators like myself. I try not to show other people's videos. So this is from Divo. Very, very cool product. It actually was on sale, but I hesitate to say that because I get myself into trouble last time I said that. So $79.99 with a 20% off coupon. So not that expensive for this one right here. Now, I don't know if they're going to make other sizes. If they do, I would be very excited about this. I actually saved the extra clips that they gave me because there's plenty of extra clips in the box, and I'm going to use them on other projects. I'm like looking at different cables. The clips are so good. I'm like, I'm going to reuse this on another project. So that is the TV backlight. If you don't have one of these, it's going to upgrade your TV watching experience. Once you have one of these, it's going to be hard to go back. I tell you, once I saw this, I was like, okay, this is a game changer. And that's what I put out on my Twitter last night. I sent this out, might have been around midnight when I was sampling that product here. So just taking a quick look, making sure I'm doing these in the right order here. Okay, the next product we have coming up is actually another category of products which are just starting to become very popular. You know, as we've been road warriors out there, we've been working, traveling, maybe you're visiting family, maybe you're going to do a staycation, just hanging out, or maybe you're staying a few extra days with the family and you're going to work from those places. We've all gotten into this. Take a look at this product here. I have to actually switch to the top down for you guys to see it. This is from G Story. This is their portable monitor. So what's a portable monitor, you ask? Well, think of it like half of a laptop. So you're getting the screen portion of a laptop with all the capability. Now this one is a better screen than I've seen on a lot of budget laptops. So a lot of times you buy a budget laptop, you're a content creator, you want to do some, photograph editing, things like that. This is, again, from G Story. It's got a built-in hinged mount here. So if you're watching me on the front screen there, you can see that it will just basically set up and say the way it wants. Now, if I show you guys like this, you can set this to different angles, but it's basically the top of a nice laptop display. Not very heavy, maybe a couple pounds at most, maybe 1.5 pounds. It is USB-C and HDMI. So this one has a 3 millisecond response time, and this one is designed for gaming. It's got a lot of gaming friendly features, but what that tells me, generally higher quality. So mini HDMI, USB-C, and USB-C power. So if you're going to use HDMI, you're going to have to plug it into power. But the brilliant thing here is if you're just going to use a USB-C cable, my new MacBook has that capability, you can actually take and plug a single cable into your MacBook or whatever, and now you can dual screen wherever you're at. So let's try this out. Now, I haven't tried this yet. I have not had a chance to actually plug this in. I did plug it in a little bit earlier to test my MacBook out. Sorry, my PC out. Let me get my MacBook unplugged and unhinged here. So I'm going to bring this over. Now I've got USB-C ports. This is a 16-inch MacBook. I've got USB Type-C on the side. I'm going to plug my USB Type-C in here. And I need to make sure my Wi-Fi is on. Perfect. Okay, so all I got to do is take and plug in to the side of this. Now I'm actually going to have to lay it flat for you guys to see it here. So you're seeing a little bit of a refresh. That's actually just my camera here. Let's see if this will work directly on that. It is. So there you go. It's a little bit dim, as you can see. Now that is actually something I was looking at earlier because I needed to install the additional power adapter with my Lenovo. I think this thing draws a little bit too much power to be completely powered. Now you could use it if you were in a very dark space, but let me go ahead and plug the auxiliary power in here. This one does have a very, very color accurate screen. I did not get a chance yet to test it, but I can tell you when I look side by side with a MacBook and it's almost the same, it really tells me a lot about them. So let me see if I can pull this down. So now this MacBook is the super heavy 16-inch. There you go. There's the colors on the Mac, and there's the color on that screen. Super bright colors. Now it's going to have some different modes. I do not want to put it in French. I can go through and let me see if I've got any cool photos I can show you guys here. Photos.google.com. Let me see if I can pull up. Let's see that prime rib dinner we had. I'm going to pull that over here. There we go. So there's that prime rib dinner photo that we've got. And I could edit photos on this thing. It's not a touch screen, so I just touched it. But you can see the clarity of that screen. Super clear, super color accurate. I could see using this as a second display. One of the things I always tell people, so if you're a content creator, maybe you're a photographer and you want to do some proofs, maybe you're doing some wedding and you're meeting with a client, you turn that one that way, you bring your laptop over here, you can work front to back, and they can you set it up for mirroring mode, they can see exactly what you have. So this would be great for a lot of reasons. Excellent value on this one right now. Let me pull it up real quick because I don't want to give you guys the wrong number. I want to pull it up on Amazon because, again, quality's there, and there's a lot of features, and I don't want to get the stats wrong on this. So 15.6-inch screen on this one. So I'm just going to pull that up real fast. Okay, 100% of the sRGB color space. That's probably why it is so accurate. That's one of the things I pointed out before. I've shown you other products. I've shown you the KYY brand monitor. So this is 100% of sRGB. This one has more saturation. And what I always tell people is you can add, like you can get colors more accurate, but you can't add color saturation to a bad monitor. So this one has the color saturation. I haven't run a calibrator on it, but I'm guessing it's going to be really close here. It is 60 hertz, so it does not look like it goes beyond that. This is one thing I was really excited about because the DCI P3, that's going to be your print colors and your print proofing. Very, very good for that. So if you did maybe by accident buy a budget laptop screen, you could throw this together and use it. Now, it is also usable with your Xbox, your PS4, 5 here they're showing, your Nintendo Switch. You could plug your Fire Stick into it and use it just as a portable TV in the car. Lots of really cool ways to use this. And I've actually seen people use these with other monitors. Just use them as a side monitor like they're showing here. So you can do that. It does have 3 adjustable size like angles that you can use, which I like about that as well. It's saying scratch proof. I'm not going to try it. Maybe that's the outside of the case they're talking about here. It does come with an integrated case. So if I want, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this in my backpack, I can literally just close this over it. And now it's like a very large tablet, but it's super light. That goes right in my backpack. It goes right in next to my MacBook. If I want to pull one out, I pull one out. If I want to pull two, I pull two. Now, what's funny is our kids go to a co-op. And so we have a schooling co-op. And a lot of times the parents, they have to stay on site. So I was there, hanging out, and a lady brought her laptop and a monitor, like a full-size 22-inch monitor, set it down next to me, and she's like, well, I do mortgages or something, which I was like, okay, don't do that in public. But she's like, I do this, I have to have 2 screens. And I'm like, okay, well, wow, talk about a perfect solution for that. You can, again, see the quality difference on there. So it's got a matte screen. You can see it picking up some of my lights there, but it's not a harsh reflection. So it's very, very similar. It's less reflective than my Mac screen as well. Jonathan Talks Hardware says, yes, that's what I was thinking. Take a look at that. Taking a look real quick. Does it work with phones? I never wonder if a USB-C connection. Scott Matthews is asking this question. Does it work with phones? Yes, it does. So if you have an Android with a USB-C DisplayPort output capability, you can do that. It'll also work with HDMI. It'll also work with screencasting if you have something to receive it like a Fire Stick or a Google Chromecast. That's pretty cool. My roommate has a 2K 120 hertz portable monitor, and he has the 1080 120, and they're excellent in the industry. So G Story, there we go. And I see another one checking in. Randy J, he checks in this week. Thank you so much for checking in. Make sure that you guys are filling out that battery daddy. I gotta stop the signups here. I had a problem one time before. I let people sign up all the way to the very end, and then somebody had been filling out the form and didn't see their name, and it got really bad. So I'm going to have to shut down the signups here in just a second, so make sure you fill that sign up right there. Just taking a look and make sure I didn't miss anything. Very cool. So yeah, this is from G Story. Let me pull up the pricing on it just because I want to give you the accurate number on that. 1 second. So from G Story here, I think this one is also on sale today. Yes, so it's $189. And again, for a high quality additional panel that you might buy, that's a pretty decent deal. It has a $50 coupon right now. So you're going to have to be signed in to use a coupon. I can't click on that, unfortunately. And I thought I saw FreeSync capability. So it says it has HDR and FreeSync. I don't have the maximum nits of brightness on it. It's at least 300 from what I'm telling, when I turn the brightness up, 280, 300. If it was higher, I'd be surprised, but it was definitely a lot brighter than a lot of the budget panels I see on laptops these days. So very impressed with that. And I'll do a full display analysis on it here soon, so you'll get to see those numbers and we'll know exactly what it is. Just a reminder, make sure you're following me on Amazon so you'll get notified each and every time I go live, especially when I get to do a follow-up on this product. You'll get to know more about it. So again, if you're just tuning in, this is John the Net Guy. I'm going to be showing you one last product here. And I do have to thank that Scott Matthews that you were just chatting with. He is helping me out here. And we were actually able to put together something cool today for you guys. I have to demo. Occasionally I have to demo. Give me 1 second. smart locks, smart doorbells, smart devices like that. I didn't have a really good way to do that. I've been using my smart wall to do some of the switches and other things. So I said to Scott, I said, hey, what do you think about throwing together a smart door? A stand basically that I can use. And I'll show you what he made. You give this guy a challenge, and in a few minutes, he knocks something out. There is a double, the numbers are accurate too. So this is a smart doorbell, door handle, biometric door interface that he put together all from scratch with just a little bit of spare wood that I had. I don't even think we even went to Home Depot, which is pretty amazing. But he was able to throw this. And what I want to show you next is a really cool product that we're going to utilize this for. So that's coming right up here. Give me 1 second to make sure that I've got everything that I need for that one. Okay. So speakers, Jeremy's asking how the speaker's on for it. You know what? Sadly, I did not get to check the speakers yet on the G Story, but I'm going to take a look at that for you, Jeremy. That's a great question. I really do appreciate that. Let me make sure I've got the right product dialed in here, because I think I might have skipped the G Story. Oh, Travel Diva just checked in. Very nice. And Rising Sun, I just removed my question. Stephen Farmer, I'm telling you, that's pretty borderline. I think you've been in the doghouse a few times here with Amazon, but hopefully they'll figure that out. So there you go. This is John the Net Guy. We're taking a look at this last product before we do the drawing. And you know what? I had a cover that goes on it that I just realized that I could show you the actual box the way it comes. So it looks something like this. I've had to unbox it several times, so it's not going to be exactly how you get it. This is also, again, the same company that made that biometric fingerprint lock I showed you about 2-3 weeks ago. I was talking to him. I said, that was such a good lock, and we're using it on our homeschool craft room to keep the kids out. I bought another one at retail for myself. Again, this was provided for free for a fair and honest review. Just try to get that out there. But it was funny because I said, you know, these things are amazing. I wish I had X. And they said, oh, yeah, we make that. So this is their smart deadbolt. So the other one was a handle replacement. On my front door, I already have a nice handle, but I don't have a deadbolt with a fingerprint. Now, I do have the Wise door lock, and it's a great product, but it does not have a fingerprint. And the Wise lock, or the, what are they calling it? I think it's the Wise lock, doesn't have, it has a fingerprint, but it doesn't have Wi-Fi. So all these things just kind of, you know, cascaded not to work out well. I do have a full unbox coming up here, so I'm going to show you that. I'm going to go top down here for this one just to show you the main pieces of the kit. It's going to include every single thing that you need to get going with a smart door lock. So drilling template. If you had a door that did not have a lock, you can use this. Sorry, Scott, I forgot to show you this. So if you need that, he was out matching the other doors, getting it all. I've already taken off the the protective cover for this one, but it does have this really nice touchpad. There are 5 different ways to open this lock, and I'm going to show you all of them today. So this is from the company that uses the TT Lock app. You're going to see that when we do it later. This is a waterproof gasket that goes on the back side. I kind of just pulled it out, so I wanted to put it back in before we get to installing. So this whole thing is designed for my Northwest weather. Has a very nice touchpad up there that I can use. This is the lock mechanism. Now, it does not come with batteries, but you see I got some fancy batteries in there, and we'll talk about that. This is another gasket that they're going to have. And then this is a mounting plate. Now, the instructions are included. It's really, really simple to install. I've taken a few things off, but I'm going to show you what it has. Now, one of the neat advantages of this one is it's got fingerprint capability, it's got keypad capability, it's got app capability. It also has RFID capability. So this little smart lock, you just hold that up to it and you can register and unlock it. And it even has, for those wondering, a backup keyboard. I actually recommend people fill this with super glue and never use it again, because this is the weakest link when it comes to this door lock. All the rest of it is great. This one just happens to be the weak link there. Taking a look here real quick. He goes, Scott Matthews says, not bad for a scrap pile. Yes, he did make this entire test station from items in the scrap pile. That is the truth here. So if you're just tuning in, we're taking a look here at this biometric fingerprint door lock, what you're getting in it. And I'm going to say it has everything you need to do an empty door. You could literally start with a door that had no drilling. They call those a slab door. You could start with a slab door and you could install all these pieces and you would have a deadbolt on it. Now, a lot of people are going to want just a standard handle set. I'm going to move some things around here so you can get a better view, and we're going to get installing this. I'm going to show you how quick it is. We're going to do it live, so I'm just going to bring my camera over. Hope you guys don't mind. We're just going to get going, and we'll do this live. So here we go. So there's the lock keyway there. There's the mortise. Now, this isn't actually mortised out properly, but this is where that bolt of the dead bolt is going to go through. Most of the work is actually done on this side of the door. Sorry, I realized I don't have myself up there. So most of the work is going to be done on the front side of the door. There's a few things that go on the back. Again, this is the actual unit itself, and it is going to go on the outside, or what would be normally the outside portion of the door. So I'm going to show you how that goes. So it just lines up like so, and you make sure that you have all three of those pieces in. Now, if I open this all the way up, you can actually see that right there it fits in. So that's how it works. If you had 6 hands, you could probably use all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this lock piece. Now, a couple things about locks real quick, just to show you. So this is that bolt capability. If you have the larger offset door where it's like 2 3/4, I think, and there's 2 3/8, if you have it, you can just flip this thing over and now it's adjusted. Just make sure you follow where it says up. Make sure that's up. So watch this, slide that through. Now, normally you'd have this mortised out and it would fit in flush. Don't worry about that. We threw this thing together today just so I could show you something with a little bit more than just it's cool. I wanted to be able to show you actively how to install it. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling that sense wire through. So that's the circuit. And then I'm going to line up right there. You see, I just lined up that little keyway. I'm lining that up, and then I'm going to line the other two up here, just so that I can push this all the way through. So if I've done everything right, it lines up and it's flat. That's step 1. Now, once you have that capability and that's all done, the simple thing, and I'm going to go ahead and put the plate on here. So you did step 1 was to put the mortise in. Step 2 was to put the outside piece on. Step 3 is to put this gasketed waterproof connector on. And we're going to line it up. Now, what's interesting about this one in this step, I got to make sure I got 6 hands here for this. 1 second. I'm going to grab one of these long screws, and I'm going to go ahead and put it all the way through, and I'm going to line it up with the door on this side. So the door will lock through here. See, of course, we did this earlier, and it was like nothing. I could do this blind. Now, when we do it live, it's going to be a pain. But, again, we're installing a smart door lock live here. I'm just getting this. You know what I didn't do last time? I didn't use the weatherproof gasket. I'm going to try to not do that because it adds a little bit of difficulty. But in your situation, go ahead and do that. So I'm just lining it up. There we go. And we'll get that going. Do you have a smart door lock on your door? Does it do biometrics? That would be a cool question. I know I got a ton of Wise people. This is kind of the best of the Wise door lock with the best of the Wise deadbolt, with the fingerprints, the biometrics. Now with the Wise lock, I hate to say it, but you have to buy a keypad. This comes with a keypad built in. So I'm just going to fix that top one just to give myself something to do here. And I'm going to pull this back and let you guys see what that looks like. So there's my door so far. That would be what would be the outside of the door. There's the inside so far at this step. So I'm going to leave that there. Now I've gotten to that point, I can actually do the next step, which is to hook the electrics up to the door. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's off. I'm going to slide the electrics in. And that is a little connector that's on the inside. Now, you should normally be able to shove all the rest of this in here. I would normally connect those other two so you have all 3 connected. Since I'm just doing a quick demonstration of this, I'm not doing everything exactly the way you would. This is going to fit something like so. And then we're going to connect these ones real quick. So this will connect into that metal plate. So the nice thing is the metal plate affixes to the door and provides your security, then this part affixes out here. So, like I said, 5 different ways to open this, and they all come with it. You don't have to do anything special. It does work with Alexa Echo devices, also works with Google. You can test really quick that the lock works normally, and you can put the battery cover on. So decent looking lock. Now I can go ahead and turn it on by just switching that over. You go through a couple additional steps here to make it work with their app. So again, like I said before, this uses the TT Lock app. Now, if I just touch this, let's see, you can see that it turns on. Now, I just happen to know if I hold down this check mark, that just popped out. So now it's saying locked. Now, if I was on the inside, I could lock it or unlock it. So there we go. So that's locked. Now, there's a convenient unlock button here on the inside that will automatically unlock. So there you go. You've got that. Now, a couple things about this outside. There's several ways to open. Like I said, you can do a code. Mine just happens to be 4242. Oh, well, I have to lock it first. See, I'm totally dyslexic today, so let's do this. Let's do 2424. Unlock. So there we go. So that was one way to lock and unlock it. Let me do one more. So I've locked it now. So now it's in the lock position. Now I know I've programmed earlier these 2 fingerprints. So I just go up and tap it. Now, you got to tap it the right way. Did I do it right? Green. Green means go. It's unlocked. So now if I try a different fingerprint, let me go ahead and get that locked again. If I go out and I try this fingerprint, well, oh, I programmed these 2. I just said, let me try the one that I didn't do. Let me go do that. Let me go ahead and try this one. Red. Red means no. Now, it's got some tamper resistance that you can set up in the app, so it'll stop. Let me show you real quick the app. Again, I mentioned this is called TT Lock. I'm going to double check real quick if I don't already have TT Lock on the show phone, because that's the one I can show you. I do not have TT Lock on the show phone already, so I'm going to have to just show you visually with my personal phone here. So I'm going to pull up TT Lock. Now, really, really super easy to set up all that stuff. It has different modes like passage mode. So there you go. There's my phone, craft room door, and the finger door, I called it. So the finger door is locked right now. Shows me battery levels, shows me the status of being locked. Guess what? This is the other way to open it. Tap it, and this one should unlock itself after a little bit. There you go. Does have notifications each and every time somebody tries to use the door, goes in and out. It has auto locking capability, so you can tell this thing to lock automatically. So, you know, you can have 5 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever you want. The passage keeping mode, I think, is really cool. So if you want during the daytime it to always be open, but then maybe you're a business and maybe at night you want it to lock at 5 every time automatically, it'll do that. There are these E keys. Now, this is the E key capability. Let me pull that up here so you guys can see this. So I have no E keys. I can send an E key to somebody. So that's, again, another one. And where's the RFID keys? So this is RFID cards. Let me go ahead and pull out one of these smart lock RFIDs. So this is what they're talking about. So they give you 2 of these, and you can actually buy more of them. So I'm going to go ahead and say add card. And I'm going to say this is card 1. Next. Okay, now it's going to ask me, it's connecting to the lock right now, it says, and it's going to ask me to put this up against the lock. Give me 1 second here. I need to turn this around, I realize, to show you guys. So I'm going to turn this around to what you would be the outside. Now it wants me to hold it up to the center. Input successful, it said. So this door is locked right now, my temporary door, but if I bring this up, now I've just RFID unlocked that door. So again, RFID, another way to open this thing. Very, very cool. It will require one other device if you want to use it with the Alexa, if you want to use it with your Google, and that is a lock gateway. I actually have one of those coming. I ordered it yesterday because now that I got a few of these, I'm building my own little lock ecosystem. You can actually clone locks. So if you have two entryways to your house and you want them identical, if you're buying them from the same company here, you can actually join and link them. So it's very, very cool. Randy's asking a couple great questions. He says, if your fingers are wet from rain, will the reader still work? You know what? I think it will, but again, you're going to have to dry them off. Dirty fingers, other things like that, that's where you're going to run into some problems. Let me show you another trick here. So I've got it on the right side here, but because I'm going to push on it, I need to actually put this clamp back down. Thanks again, Scott, for building this for us today. That's why I was a tick late starting the show. We were trying to get everything lined up. He got this dialed in. We tested it out. But I think it made a better show after all in the end anyway. So let me pull up this and I'll show you the backup keyway that it's got. So we'll go here. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. So it does save battery power. It uses 4 AA batteries. It saves power by turning that off normally. You do touch the top area to unlock it. In my case, I don't have my left finger put in there. To lock it, you just go ahead and hold on the lock. It works with doors both directions. Left in swing, right out swing, left out swing. What it took me a while to figure out, where's the keyhole on this thing. Push in the upper left of this round area and then twist. And this is the backup keyway, and they include 3 keys that you can use as a backup if all else fails to enter, and there you go. Now, a couple cool things about this, though. So even though you got your keys done, maybe you're doing a real estate thing and you want to have that available, you can actually still use this even if the batteries die. That's why I said just fill that with super glue and you're going to save yourself a lot of security there. But even if your batteries die, it has a USB Type-C port on the very bottom. So hopefully you guys can see it. Right under here, there's a USB Type-C. Now I've shown this before, but I've taken my cell phone, a USB cord, plugged it into the bottom, and you can power these up with the power just coming out of your USB-C smartphone. So with Apple now going to the USB-C standard, it's going to be pretty cool. And of course, they'll tout it as something they thought of on their own, as usual, in Apple style. But that is the biometric fingerprint door lock. Now, normally these things cost an arm and a leg. I'll tell you that. I've worked on a couple commercial systems for some relatives, and they are not cheap at all. And you have to buy every little component of the system. The one thing I like about this is you can buy this lock, use it as a biometric lock, use it as a smart lock. Even without the gateway, you can do a lot of cool features. You add the gateway, you can unlock and lock it from anywhere with your app or your phone and do all the features that you want. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at Amazon, though. And then I'm going to do the drawing. So if you're still tuned in here, don't worry. I have not forgot about you. I want to show you the great deal that is this lock here. So let me go back over here and open it up. And again, right now, this, with all of those capabilities I showed you, $69.99. Brand new product. You can see it only has 1 rating, but so far, again, from this fingerprint lock, I cannot tell you enough about it. It's worked so well for me. Very, very happy about it. So actually, the picture is a little bit different on this one. I want to double check that I've got the right lock mechanism shown on there. But yeah, this one's the one that works with the TT lock app. So I'll double check that and go ahead. And you guys, if you want one of those, check in after the show, maybe about 30 minutes. Let me go ahead and verify that, because this one's a little bit different. Want to make sure that they didn't just update the design. So with that said, I'm going to go back here. We're going to pull the drawing out, and somebody's going to win a battery daddy of their choice. They can get the Ultra. They can get all the different models that we have. Let me know which one you want. And I'm going to go ahead and aggregate those numbers real fast from our sign-up form. I did have to shut the form off, so sorry if you guys are signing up right now. If I get to the form before you do, you're not going to get to see it. So let me go ahead and pull the names here. And if you're just tuning in, this is John the Net Guy. I do this every single week. We are looking at, give me 1 second here. This is show number 50, Nifty 50. Just logging into the backside of my website. Want to get that figured out. So thank you guys all for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and do the drawing here. Travel Diva says, nice little gadget. Yes, it is. I actually do think it is. Especially if you maybe have a vacation rental. I could see this working out incredibly well for a vacation rental situation like that. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our forms, and I need to get to the results of the form. Submissions. Just so I can get everybody dialed in here. Oh, looks like we have quite a bit of entries. I'm going to go ahead and send that out so I can download it. and download, and then I'm going to go ahead and aggregate those into our normal spinner wheel. We'll do that. Haven't found a better spinner wheel. I'm still looking, so if you guys know of a better spinner wheel, you let me know. Okay, I got to double check too because it is one entry per person. I got to make sure we don't have a ton. Oh, we got a ton of entries. This is great though. And I got to make sure I got the right night. Aha, very nice. I see lots of people, and we're going to copy all of these names. We're going to get them dialed in. Somebody's going to win this thing. That's the other thing I got to point out. If you guys want to have the best odds of anything, join a small YouTuber's channel and do a sign up for one of these kind of things. I'm going to go ahead and edit the page here, go to full screen, and we're going to get this page shared out full screen for you guys. And I need to close one more thing just so I don't have any problems there. I'm going to go ahead and share my spinning wheel. And this is the entries today. So these are all the people that have signed up. Thank you guys again for watching. Thank you if you're on Amazon. This is for the Battery Daddy. You can choose whether you want the standard, you want the ultra, or you want the smart, which is a little bit smaller. Again, I'll give you all that. I'm going to hit the button and stick around, you guys. We're going to find out who's the winner. Around and around it goes. Oh, Vicky, V-I-C-C-I-E, Vicky E. You are the winner today. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Net Guy. We do this every single week at 5:30. I show you really cool tech on Tuesday. I will follow up with email. So look for an email, john@thenetguy.com. I will send you an email, and I will get a hold of you and ask you which one of these you would like. I'm going to double check and see if she's still in the Amazon chat. A lot of people do stick around here. So you can say hi if you're in the Amazon chat. You won, by the way, Vicky. That is awesome. So that has been the show for today. I, again, do this every single week. I really appreciate you guys all for tuning in. I will be here next week. It may not be a product show, so it may not be on the Amazon platform, but it'll be on all the others. It may be a hangout show, and we may do a PC build or something fun. But we're going to do something. We're going to give back. I really do appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you guys all in the next show. Thank you guys all for tuning in.